Hello, class. My name is Michael Elms, and I'll be your instructor for Math 145, the online version. The purpose of this video is to help you get started with the course. So let's begin. The first thing you're going to need to do is access your Canvas account. So if you go to brookdalecc.edu, that's our homepage, and click My Brookdale, you'll see a slew of options appear. And the option we're looking for is Canvas. And then you're going to sign in using the same username and password that you use to access your Brookdale email account. Okay, I'm going to stay signed in. And we are now in Canvas. So the thing that you're going to want to do is click on Courses. You might have an English course, a history course, but our course is Math 145, so we're going to want to select Math 145 link. Okay, so we're now into my course. So I want to give you a quick tour of our shell. Well, the first thing you want to do is click the Modules button. That's where the meat of the course will be contained. I select Modules, and you'll see there are a series of things that we can click. So the first part would be the class schedule. So if you click this suggested class schedule, a schedule will pop up. If for some reason your browser doesn't display the information here, you can select this link and a hard copy will be downloaded. You'll notice in the bottom left of my corner, there's a PDF that's coming up. And if I click it, I now have a printable PDF. Okay. I do say this is a suggested schedule because, this is an online course. So, typically my face-to-face course meets twice a week. So I might say, okay, we'll pretend that we're meeting every Tuesday and Thursday or every Monday and Wednesday, when in truth, you might complete all of your work on a Saturday, or you might complete half of your work on a Monday and the rest of your work on a Friday. So I just kind of outline a suggested schedule. This will change every semester. But this would kind of keep you on pace. This schedule happens to be a summer schedule. But to really help you stay focused, what you're going to want to do is click the checklist button, right? So the Unit 1 checklist, and then it will tell you what you should accomplish each week. And you do want to stay at least week to week. So for this first week during the summer semester, you'll notice the semester begins on June 5th, and there's quite a bit of work for you to do this first week. Okay, so watch the Get It Started video. That's the video that you're watching right now. Purchase the textbook, register for Math Excel. There's a discussion post I want you to submit. There are videos I want you to watch. So I would probably just print out this checklist. Again, you can download it to get a hard copy. And then as you complete these tests, you can check the items. Now you'll notice that sometimes I write, this lab will not be graded. So here's a lab that I'd like you to complete, but you don't actually have to submit for a grade. Whereas if you notice this lab, complete lab 1.1, and upload to Canvas, this is going to be graded, okay? And you might be wondering, well, how do I know what's due and what assignments are outstanding? Well, there's a button called Calendar that will show you the assignments that we have and when they're due. Again, you might have other items in here from an English course or a history course, but right now my course, I have it in red. So you'll notice, okay, 1.2, 1.3. If I click on this, it says, please complete homework in Math Excel that covers sections 1, 2, 1, 3. It's due Sunday the 11th. Okay, so that's homework that will be done in Math Excel, and then we'll talk about Math Excel in a little bit. If I look at Lab 1.1 or Lab 1.2, I click it. Please submit a scan of the lab. Okay, so there's a lab in the modules folder titled 1.1. I'm going to want you to complete it and then upload it to Canvas. And here's a link that will show you how to make a nice PDF copy of your lab. Okay, so where are the labs? Well, again, if I go back to my course in modules, if I scroll down to Unit 1, right, everything in Unit 1 would be for Test 1. Everything in Unit 2 will be for Test 2, and everything in Unit 3 will be for your final. So if I scroll down, it says, okay, Lab 1.1 due Sunday. I click on it. Here's the lab I want you to complete. And again, if this doesn't open up for you, you can always download the hard copy. So here's the lab. So I want you to print this lab out and actually complete. This one only has 5 questions, so I'd want you to print the lab out and complete these 5 questions, scan the lab, and then submit to me. Okay? And generally, you're going to have at least one lab due just about every week. If I go back to that modules folder in Unit 1, right, so these would be some videos I'd want you to watch. Then you'd complete the lab after watching the videos. Here would be additional videos I want you to watch. And then here's the lab that would correspond to these videos. And then notice this particular lab I'm not collecting. So I wrote, I am not collecting this lab. So that's the difference. This lab says Lab 1.2, 1.3 due Sunday. And this lab says, I'm not collecting it, so you don't have to worry about submitting it. Just because I'm not collecting the lab doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. When I make my quizzes and my tests, especially my tests, generally I like to go back and look at all of the labs, whether I collect them or not, and kind of pull questions from the labs to form the basis for my test. So the labs are very important, really good way to practice. Okay, so this is all the material that's due for week 1. Admittedly, during the summer 2 session, week 1 is rough. Okay, there's a lot of content, a lot of work for you to do week 1. I would suggest checking in almost daily to just knock off a few items, right? So maybe on Monday, you'll watch 2 of these videos, and Tuesday, you'll watch a few more, and maybe Thursday, you try the lab, and you kind of want to move through all of this. It does get easier. There's less work to complete each week after you get through week 1. But again, admittedly, week 1 is tough, okay? But if you run into trouble or have questions, I will be checking my email quite often. Again, if I go back to the Unit 1 checklist, the goal for you is to really just check off all of these boxes by Sunday, and you'll be in good shape for week 2. And then you'll notice week 3, we're taking test 1 already. All right, the test will be taken in the testing center. There are options if you are out of state or live far away from one of our 5 campuses. We can make arrangements for you to take the test at another university. Okay, we have agreements with other universities and colleges across the country. Okay, so that will help you get started. Again, this checklist will be your best friend. Each unit has one and tells you what's due each week. The calendar also will really help you. So make sure you're going back and forth between the calendar and the checklist to see what's due when. And that should do it. I'm going to post a second video that will cover MathXL and how to register, and my idea in terms of what you should do to prepare yourself to succeed in this course. Okay, so thank you for watching and have a great day.